coach Jacques Nienaber, and to his right, captain Siya Kolisi. Please raise your hand very clearly, and we'll start with questions from the floor, please. At the front, thank you.
Thank you, Jacques. Siya, Jan de Koning, I think you all know me. Jacques, goal kicking now becomes a legitimate question.
Yeah, no, obviously they were, hats off to Ireland, they were better than us on the day. And yes, I think we missed a couple of points off the tee. And but I won't say that that's the reason solely for not getting across the line. I think in the first half alone, we lost 2 balls close to the try line. I think probably a metre off the try line, and we had another 2 opportunities later on in the game. So I think that 4 opportunities and the opportunities we have to get points off the tee is probably the reason why. But I won't say it's only goal kicking. But I know you guys will probably say that. But there was opportunities that we had. Especially in that first half where we lost the ball underneath the poles. We had a great opportunity there, and then at the back end of the game, the last maul, I mean, we had a great opportunity there. And again, that's why I say hats off to Ireland. They were better than us on the night, and no complaints in terms of their performance. Yeah.
My follow-up question, does this bring Pollard into the mix?
Yeah, that we'll have to sit down and discuss. I mean, there's lots of things that go into team selection. Probably get the medical status after 24 to 48 hours. We've got an 8-day turnaround, and then we'll go through our team selection process as per normal.
Thank you. Gentleman on the second row, please. Just 1 second. Go ahead. Thank you.
Jock, this is Nathan Kokela from South African media. You guys obviously chose a few of the fetchers on the bench with a 7-1 split. You guys lost 12 contacts in breakdown. So can you just comment on that? And obviously losing so many ball in the breakdown.
Yes, I think that's the one area where Ireland were exceptional tonight. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why we didn't get momentum is we were overpowered at our own attacking breakdown, and that's the opportunities we lost close to the try line. Yeah, 100% correct.
Thank you. Gentleman there, please.
Jacques, Henrik Cronje from Rapport. How can you fix the problems at the breakdowns?
We'll just train harder and get better at it. We knew it was coming, Hendrik. It's something that they do regularly, so it's not something that we didn't know was coming. And we thought, we obviously made some plans during the week that we thought would negate their tactics at the breakdown, their defensive breakdown. And but obviously it didn't work consistently. So, and that's probably the lessons we will take out of this game, as we will have to make new plans on how to deal with that better.
Thank you. Just 1 second, please. This translation. Okay, go ahead. Raise your hand. Thank you.
So for you, Ireland's so good at the breakdown. Yourself being at the coal face of that, how are they different to other teams? Are they more accurate? Are they more intense? What are they doing that other teams aren't doing?
Yeah, I thought they were more accurate than us today, and they were a bit faster in the breakdown. But as Jacques said, we knew it was coming. Obviously, we were attacking so well, and we got to the 22 when we could have gained points. The opportunities that we lost were all through the breakdown. And obviously, that's us as players. We take full responsibility of that. We'll obviously, hopefully, meet them again. And obviously, we have to be better going next week against Tonga. But I thought they were a little bit quicker than us, and that's why they were able to get those opportunities.
Thank you. Gentleman on the second row, please.
Hi. Siya, were you surprised that Ireland chose the line out rather than the points in the first half?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. Obviously, they showed the intent on what they wanted to do, and we were ready for it too, as a group.
Thank you. Gentleman over there, please. Thank you.
good evening, top table, and hard luck on the result. Jacques, when you look at the toughness of this particular group, where does this particular result leave your chances for the quarterfinals?
Now, obviously, like I mentioned, this game would have, whoever won this game, it will take a little bit of pressure off them going into the last round. And obviously, that pressure is now on us. We've got a big game in 8 days. Tonga had to get out of the pool. And so that's the sole thing that we will focus on. Like, the lucky thing for us is we've got a 8-day turnaround to prepare for Tonga. So we will do a proper review on the game and look at the areas that we feel didn't go our way and what plans worked and what plans didn't work, and then we will take it from there.
Thank you. Just 1 second, please. Okay, gentleman on the left, please.
Jack, what was the thinking behind taking so many long shots at goal when your line-out was working so well and you weren't kicking a goal so accurately all the time?
The kicking at goal is always, I think, in all teams. I mean, if your kicker is confident, then he can go for it. And the captain asks him, listen, are you confident? And he wants to take the kick at goal. He takes the kick at goal. And so it's as easy as that. Say, if they are confident that they can nail it, they go for it. Like Faf were confident from the halfway line. He was kicking it good in the warm-up. He unfortunately hit the post.
Thank you. Gentleman on the left, please.
Question in French, please. Il y a de grandes chances que vous jouiez un quart de finale contre l'équipe de France. Quel regard avez-vous sur le parcours de l'équipe de France, sur la blessure d'Antoine Dupont? Est-ce que vous avez déjà analysé un petit peu ça?
No, I haven't analysed them yet. We've got Tonga. If we slip up against Tonga, we won't even get to a quarterfinal. So for us to start thinking about France will be, in my opinion, a little bit getting ahead of ourselves. So we will probably stay, just focus on Tonga for now. And then we will make a plan after that. I think we've got our off week after Tonga, so we've got a nice time to prepare for who will play in that quarterfinal. And regarding Anthony Dupont's injury, obviously it's like us losing Malcolm Marx. You know, like I said last week, this time I said it won't be the only injury. Injuries is unfortunately part of it, and it's a loss for him, and it's a loss for. I believe he would be back at the back end of the competition, and I hope he is, because I think in a World Cup you want the best players playing in a World Cup. So it will be fortunate if he can make it back.
Thank you. Go to 2 questions over here, please.
Thank you. Hi, Jack. Commiserations. What do you think the quality, intensity and pace of that test match will do for both of these teams as the tournament goes on?
Yeah, I think I said it in the pre-match interviews. I said I think both of our teams will take a lot out of this game, because it will be played at a massive intensity and physicality, and you will be tested mentally. I think a couple of our players, a guy like Mani, this will probably be the most pressure game that he's ever played in, and he'll get better at it. The same with a guy like Kirtley, it would definitely be his most pressured game. He will get better, and they will get used to the pressure of playing. This was like a knockout game. If this was a semi-final or quarter-final or final of a World Cup, I think that's what you expect when you play in those knockout games. So I think from a team perspective, we would obviously got good preparation out of it in terms of the intensity and the physicality. Unfortunately, we didn't get the result, and the same for them.
Thank you. Gentleman on the second row, please.
Siya, this is for you. Just on a player's perspective, just give us your thoughts on the game. There are points that have been consistent in terms of goal kicking. We saw it again today. But what do you guys do moving forward now in order for you guys to be successful in all those facets that everyone has mentioned here today?
Yeah, we're obviously going to work on it. I mean, as Jacques said, we didn't lose the game in one department. There were a lot of, we gave away, I think, 12 penalties.
Yeah.
and a lot of them were in the breakdown. Some attacking and some defensive breakdown. So you can't blame one specific area. We got to get better. And we created such good opportunities, and then we go to the 22 and we didn't take those opportunities. And in a game like this, in a level like this, if you don't take those opportunities, this is what happens. But I thought quite a few things went well. I thought our D was good, and I think, as Jacques said, as the intensity of the game was exactly what we needed for a lot of the players that have never played under such intensity. I mean, the whole atmosphere was amazing on the field, but we know exactly what we need to do as a group, and we've got to lift our heads. We've got a big game coming next week. I mean, if we're going to dwell too much on what happened today, and we'll forget to perform next week, because we need to get through that one, and then we can start thinking about afterwards. But Tonga is an important game.
Thank you. Go over to the right, please. A gentleman there just in front of you who's been waiting. Thank you.
Bonjour. Alors en français, pour Siya, vous avez connu la blessure avant de jouer cette Coupe du Monde. Quel avis vous avez sur la situation d'Antoine Dupont?
What I'm thinking about is injury. As Jacques said, you want the best players to be playing, and injury is part of the game. And as you asked now, mine was before. I didn't know whether I was going to be here or not, but I know he's going to, the medical people improve so much. The same as the game of rugby changes. I'm sure he'll be back. I mean, he's positive about his injury. And hopefully he gets back, because he's important for the French team. I hope he gets better and he gets back on the field as soon as possible.
Thank you. Just 1 second, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
Question for Siya. You obviously led the first group to win the World Cup after losing a match in the pool stages. I was wondering how those lessons are going to shape your approach to the rest of this tournament and what you can draw from them.
Yeah, we always prepared for any scenario that's going to happen. You know, we speak openly and honestly, and we're fortunate to have coaches like Jacques and Coach Rassi, who say anything can happen, and we knew this pool is going to be tough. So. We coming in here, we knew that, and before the World Cup, and I think we've been in the same position before. We know we're not going to shy away from it, And the last time we told ourselves, you lost the game, don't be down for too long, because it's not going to help you anything. The next thing is to focus on Tonga, and we have a 8-day turnaround, and that's important. But a lot of us were here the last World Cup, and it's important. The quicker you get over it, the better it is for the group, and that's what we're going to do.
Thank you. Gentleman just behind there, next to Greg. Thank you. Been waiting a long time. Thank you for your patience.
Jacques, to what extent does the defeat bedevil your plans for the Tonga game in terms of selection?
No, that's something we will have to discuss. Obviously, a victory would have taken a lot of pressure off us in terms of team selection, and we maybe can rotate a little bit. But in saying that, we also have, I think, 13 or 12 days before we then go into a quarterfinal. So you don't also want to be too cold going into that game. So it was always, we weren't sure how we were going to go in terms of team selection, which we tell the players. But we will have a good proper look at Tonga and see what threats they bring. And then we will do a team selection that we think will be good enough to combat them.
Thank you. I think coming to the last question, please. Gentleman there, just 1 second for the translation. Okay, go ahead.
Jacques, can the Boks still win the World Cup from here?
Hendrik, yeah, we can still. I mean, in 2019, did you think we can win the World Cup when we lost against New Zealand? And obviously you have to. We're in this competition to win it, and everybody's in this competition to win it. And teams that lose a game in the pool stages must work hard to get out of the pool. So definitely we can still win it. I mean, we played against the #1 team in the world, and we lost by 5 points. and we had an opportunity in the 79th minute to get a result. We didn't. And hats off to Ireland. They were better than us on the night. And that is the bottom line. They were better than us on the night. But that's the number 1 team in the world, and we're the number 2 team in the world. So I think the margin is very small. And if we will have to work harder at the stuff that we weren't good at. And if we can fix that, and you always need a little bit of luck. If we can fix that and we have a little bit of luck, we can win the World Cup, yeah.
Thank you very much for your time this evening. We've run out of time. We have Ireland coming in next. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll carry on with the next press conference shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.